Yeah, I've been a bad girlfriend because I didn't give a gift to my boyfriend Artem on his birthday. I made him wait for 6 days and then I sent him flying over Fuerteventura. And this video is a story of how he spent his birthday and how he had one of the most amazing experiences on the island. After living here for a year and a half, we gotta get creative with how we spend our days, especially birthdays. But actually, we're just both super happy and grateful to be here in this beautiful, warm place surrounded by happy, smiling people. #blessed. I hope this video gives you a few ideas of things to do in Fuerteventura, whether you're coming here for a vacation, to work remotely, or maybe you are already living on the island. Let's dive deep into that. I want you to meet my boyfriend Artem. This is a formal introduction, I guess. He just turned 31 years young. He loves running so much so that his big life goal is to run all 6 of the major marathons. When we moved to this island, he started surfing and fell in love with it. He's really into sports and physical challenges in general. He also loves video games, gardening, playing with our dog, karting, Formula 1, bowling, eating, and of course, twisting his handsome mustache. Recently, someone even said that his mustache needs a channel on its own. So let me see if you're into that type of content. So, we started celebrating his birthday early in the morning by eating some cake with our friends at home. Like, why to keep the best part of the birthday celebration? Making a wish, singing a song, eating a cake till the end of the day if you can do it right away. To set the mood, to set the tone, to set the bar for the rest of the birthday. And eat cake we did. I actually made 2 cheesecakes for him in secret. Matcha peach and matcha peach and peach matcha flavors. They were insanely good and everybody was asking me to make more in the upcoming days. We had such a fun time hanging out with our friends that morning, drinking tea, coffee, matcha, eating cake, and they made such a beautiful gift for Artem. They gifted him a professional surfing photo shoot that he was drooling on. At this time, Artem already knew that he's getting his birthday present on a Sunday, but he was very confused. How will the post office deliver his gift on a day off? After the cake time, we decided that we want more coffee and a really good coffee that we don't get to drink every single day. So for the best coffee on the island, we went to the Triton's Coffee Lab in El Cotillo. Artem is as obsessed with coffee as I am because when I started working as a social media manager for a specialty coffee shop in 2019, he was with me, he was there, he was drinking it, trying it, he was learning with me, he was reading all of the social media posts that I was writing, so he's really deep into that shit as well. Anywho, Triton's Coffee Lab is pretty much the only specialty coffee shop on the island. Then we drove to grab a bite in Lajares. The first stop was La Paneteca to get some sourdough bread. Okay, so with the bread secured, the second step is surf escape. We want to try something very specific. I'll show you in a moment. I hope they also make it. They don't have what I want. Fuck. That was the main thing that I wanted to show you. I wanted you to try the cheese.
Hello.
Hi.
You know what you want?
Yeah, I have also a question. Why don't you have a vegan cheese platter anymore?
Because first of all, we have a problem with the
Logistics.
because they don't bring it to the island anymore.
So it was imported from somewhere. Okay.
Yeah,
It was so good.
yeah.
Would you tell me where you got it from? Please, I am obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I want to get it somehow.
Of course. So the maki then, I guess vegetarian version.
Yeah.
And the spring rolls, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Something more?
Tapiche for me.
Tipache.
Tepache.
Yeah.
Make it 2.
Perfect.
That's it for now, thanks. It was such a perfect plan, and it all went to shambles. She said the cheese platter wasn't selling so good. Like, I think it wasn't selling so good because they didn't have the sourdough bread, but I had a perfect plan to bring the sourdough bread here and sneakily eat that with a cheese platter. Like, the thing is, they have a few different cheeses and a few cheese dips. They don't serve any bread with it. There is like nothing to convey the flavor on. Ah, it was such a tasty and delicious thing. I just wish more people would try it and don't be afraid to buy it. I think like people come to restaurants and they really afraid to get something if it has word vegan on it or this like green check mark on it, because they're like, I'm not vegan, that's not for me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Pretty much 30% of the time, Artem was on his phone with friends and family from all over the world receiving wishes and catching up. He is so incredibly good at maintaining connections with others through decades. I tend to fall out of relationships and snip people from my life. Artem is the polar opposite, and I think he really loved bathing in congratulations on his birthday. After grabbing a bite in Lajares, we headed south and decided to stop at a viewpoint that we passed so many times but never stopped at before. It's called Mirador de Guisa. Usually people stop by to take photos with these tall statues, but we don't plan on taking photos with statues for the next 30 years at least, so we just enjoyed the view, stared at those super beautiful rainbow clouds, and took a couple of pics with Artem's vintage Yashica film camera. Well, since we were in the mood for Miradors, we also decided to stop by the Mirador Las Piñitas, and this one is actually amazing and I recommend you to check it out. First of all, because you will get to drive on a very beautiful mountain road, and not only you'll be able to stay in a designated manicured viewpoint area, but also you'll be able to take this path and climb on some rocks and see the beautiful landscapes all around from a unique perspective. This part of the island is so beautiful and interesting because where one mountain ends, another one begins. It's just mountains and mountains and mountains. In the north, where we live, there are a lot of flat areas separating mountains and volcanoes. In Pajara, one of our favorite tiny towns on the island, we decided to take another coffee break so that Artem can take some more calls. And since I just cannot make myself drink Lavazza coffee in its pure form, I made myself an espresso tonic. A great life hack if you ask me. Bearable.
Shit.
Finally, we made it to bowling, baby! Funny enough, I used to dislike bowling, and when Artem would offer to take me on a bowling date in the past, I would be very reluctant. But now, 7.5 years later, I actually like it. It's a lot of fun. Maybe Big Lebowski had something to do with that. We played 3 games of bowling, first just the 2 of us, then our friend Kasha joined, and then Joshua and Louisa came. Of course, by that time all of my devices were dead, so I did not record anything else for the rest of the evening. 6 days later, I told Artem to get in the car and follow my directions. Here he is, has no idea where he's driving to and what awaits him. As we were approaching the airfield, he saw some planes and started getting excited about what's to come. I told him to change in warmer clothes, handed him a GoPro and walked to meet the pilot. This is Daniel Rosario de Vega, an airline pilot during the week and an gyroplane pilot during the weekend. He and his friends have a flying club in Fuerteventura and offer tours. When you think of it, it's such a fun life. It must feel very empowering to be able to take off the ground and fly over the islands. Well, Artem can show you what it's like to see Fuerteventura from the sky. After this experience, Artem got so excited, he started talking about getting his own pilot license one day. And we just started fantasizing of how much fun would that be to spend our 30s learning new skills and having fun and exploring the world, as opposed to raising kids. I'm gonna be an ambassador of child-free life. Anywho, if you're looking for things to do in Fuerteventura or for gifts to give to your loved ones, we both highly recommend this auto gyro flight experience with Daniel Rosario de Vega. I'm gonna leave all the information you may need in the description down below, as well as my Fuerteventura travel guide. In a year and a half that we've been here, we've tried a lot of things, we've been to a lot of places, and I made a lot of videos. And I get it, it can be really hard to watch all of the videos and compile all of the different locations, beaches, shops, restaurants, cafes, hikes, and so much more into a list. So I made that for you. I made that interactive. I made that beautiful, easy to use. You can literally download my guide on your smartphone and you will have all of these amazing locations ready to be explored. Thanks for watching this video. You can also watch how I spent my birthday this year, or you can watch this video to learn about 15 non-touristy things to do on the island. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace!